Good morning, interwebs. It is 10:40, and today is one of those days where it just feels like the hits, they just keep coming to varying degrees of terrible with, good things sprinkled within. So, let's walk through my day, shall we? I woke up this morning. We had club day for 4-H, so I had set my alarm for 5:45 because we needed to be there by 7:40. It was an hour away. Steve was getting off work early. He was going to come home. So theoretically, we're just hop in the car when he gets here and leave, drive our hour and get there in time. What actually happened was last night, I think I went to bed I went and got in bed around 3. When I fell asleep was sometime later. So, if you can do math, I did not get very much sleep, which is because my body has not yet found its way to the central time zone, which is where I currently am and need to be living. So, I did not get much sleep, and my alarm went off, and I apparently snoozed it or something twice, and then I went to snooze it when it went off. I was like, oh my goodness! Club day. Why are you not up? What are you doing? You were crazy. And so I jumped out of bed and went and nicely woke the kids up and started getting them around and getting myself around. And about that time, Steve opens the front door because he had gotten home, which was a huge help. He helped get the boys dressed, and we had everything all accounted for, and we got there in plenty of time, which is good. So we drive our hour. I slept part of the way. I was awake part of the way. But when I got there, I was cursing past Kendra for her poor life choices in not sleeping, though I had no control over. I was not tired because, anyways. I then went to club day, and that went pretty well. I handled the setting much better than last year. Knowing what we were getting into was helpful. Also, this one was held at a community college, a county over from ours, which rather than being set up on a grid the high schools and things and most buildings are, this community college is set up in pods. All of the hallways are round. So when you're walking down a hallway, you can't see what's at the end. Now, I do have to say that for finding where you needed to be for these various judgings, and we had to go to a number of rooms throughout the day, it was kind of terrible, and we totally got lost, and we at one point got stuck up on the second floor and couldn't get down to the place we needed to be, and then we finally found the one and only staircase that connected things. But I think it helped the way that the things were structured. I actually think that I found the building less stressful, and the people less stressful. So that was all right. And then we were also able to move some of my daughter's things up. We were supposed to have had things scattered from getting there at 7:40 for skip practice to she was not supposed to finish till 1:50 in the afternoon with her last performance thing. So she wasn't going to get until 2. But because of people scratching and not, not competing in their things, she scratched one event because she has a really bad cold. And so singing was not happening because singing makes her cough like crazy. You're not going to score very well in that case. So she didn't want to do that. So we scratched that one. And we were also then able to move some of the things around because a lot of other people are sick and had scratched things too. So we were able to get out of there early, and we all felt good about it, and we were going to go out to lunch, but it was still kind of early, and none of the fast food places in town really sounded great to us. And, when we do something special around here, it means it's banana split time. We usually have them particularly for, a given achievement, a ribbon placing, but we decided that we would just start off with a banana split for club day, because we figured a ribbon placing was probably forthcoming in some form. So we drove to the town where we get the stuff for the banana splits. On the way, we stopped at 2 different parks so the kids could play. It was very cold out, I thought. They all laughed at me and told me I'd been in California too long. So, went to the parks, then went to the grocery store, got supplies for that. And also, since we had not gone out to lunch, we got treat food. I guess they had already bought tater tots while I was gone. So those were in the freezer. And my daughter wanted corn dogs of the choices of frozen food at the grocery store we were at. So we got corn dogs, came home, ate our corn dogs and tater tots, and then we had our banana splits. And during this process, my phone gets some text messages here comes more of the bad things, telling me that my sister was visiting. My other sister was visiting my parents. Good. Bad is that my mom is in the emergency room right now because she has the flu, which is not good on top of all of her other health things. So she is currently hospitalized and will be for, I don't know, right now I think a day or two, but you never know. So that is not good and, you know, not easy to deal with. So that happened. And then I was able to take a nap. That was good. We all actually took naps. All of the kids slept for a very long time because we've all been woken up so early, and they all have very, very bad colds, which I have yet to fully get, but I'm getting a tickle in my throat, so yay. And then I wake up to the phone ringing in our house to a fire alert, because my husband is a volunteer firefighter, to find out that there is a building on fire somewhere in our town, and they told them where to go. So I go and wake Steve up real quick, and he hurries around and gets his clothes on and goes out the door because he was asleep because he had to work tonight. So he gets up to the firehouse, and he thankfully shows back up home very quickly. I'm like, what was that about? Well, somebody had reported a fire, that a building was on fire. Kind of, it was true. The house they were talking about has an exterior wood stove, which is something that a lot of our farmhouses around here have, where you have basically a shed built next to your house, which is where your wood stove is housed. You can have a bigger wood stove that accommodates larger wood or pellets or whatever. And then that heat is just piped into your house. So somebody had their wood stove going in the shed that it is supposed to be going, and it was just puffing out smoke like, you know, a champ heating up their house. And it had been reported by somebody driving by, not somebody that lived in the dwelling. So it is likely that it was somebody who does not live around here and did not understand what was happening. And so they assumed it was on fire because this little shed was puffing smoke. So the fire department just kind of all turned around and they all went home. So that was good. It was awesome that there was not actually a fire. Kind of annoying that I had to go wake Steve up, but I'm glad that everything was accounted for. And we have had more, you know, I guess bad news, continued news. My mom in the hospital, that all just sucks. And then we did have some good time tonight with the kids. Like, it just, you know, intermittently. The kids all, in their weird style, even though I was not planning on doing schooly things, they all, like, wanted schooly things tonight. So they all had good educational nights of learning things. And there were some breakthroughs with my youngest about the alphabet and writing with my middle kid. It was good. So that was nice. And then, you know, more hard things again with the whole parental situation and, you know, all that. So then we were reading Dear Mr. Henshaw, and that was great, and we listened to a little bit of a Sparkle story, and I was getting the kids all ready for bed. They go up, they go to bed, I think it's going to be fine, and before I can even get up there to tuck them in, my son comes down crying because he has thrown up. Because that is what my day needed, was some vomit. There had not been vomit yet. That was what I was lacking. So, cleaned that up. It wasn't too bad. I think he's coughing really bad. And you know when you cough so much that you make yourself throw up, that's what happened. So, yay. But kids are now all tucked in bed. I think everybody is feeling as well as can be expected with how bad their colds are. And, you know, just gotta let time pass to make those go away. And, yeah. Now the house is quiet, which is theoretically a good thing. I don't know. Yeah. So, I'm going to go pour myself another cup of coffee. I think there's still coffee. That might be another bad thing to add to the list if I ran out of coffee. No, actually, when I finish this, I might just go make myself some tea, because I think it would be good for my throat. Sit down. I started a new sock last night. I'm going to work on that some. Maybe I'll pop into a VKN. I don't know if I'm in the mood. We'll see. I don't know, but it's one of those nights. It just keeps coming. And I can't even predict what's... Oh! And also, I knew there's something else bad and annoying. Our phones aren't working right. Neither my cell phone nor my landline phone is working properly. Like, my cell phone randomly keeps getting the text messages my sisters are sending me from California to keep me abreast of what is going on. But, like, they'll show up hours after they should have. But I will have gotten some of the messages in the interim. Why? I don't know. I've reset my phone. I've reset my phone twice, and it's still having the issue. With those strong winds that were causing the carbon monoxide issues in my house the other day, I think that it might have caused some damage to our local cell phone tower. Then I'm just coming on and off the network a bunch. I think that might be the problem. Things like that have happened before. And our landline phone is apparently not working right. It worked right to call and tell us that there was that fire this afternoon, but when my sister tried to call me tonight, it wasn't working. So, I don't know. I imagine the issue with that is, again, that same night that we were having issues when the power went out. I imagine that it probably fried something in our phone line because our phone line is stupid and things like that make major problems with it. So, yeah, now my phones are kind of like iffy on their working, you know, when I most would like to be in contact with all the peoples in my life. So, yeah, it's been a great day. But my daughter did place, she's moving on to regionals with one of her events. So, I mean, it is a great day. We had a great day where a lot of crappy things happened, which I guess is how life goes. So, at least I have 3 little buckets of sunshine that won't let me ignore all the good things because they're just buckets of sunshine even when things are not going well. So, okay, I'm gonna go and hang out by myself for the most part tonight, I think, because I think that might be where I need to be. So I'll say goodnight to you here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.